Hey, this is Greg Sestero, and you are listening to WMTS 88.3 Murfreesboro.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Bathed in black and detriment, the night slips in over my head with autumn scent.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, it's been so long since I've been talking with you for a long, long time instead of just at the beginning of the 30-minute mark. It's me, it's James, it's LUVOL on air. Yay! Today I am here with a very special guest, Murfreesboro-based band Auburn. Say hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm going good. How are you? How are you all?
Hanging in there.
Great, yeah.
Swell, absolutely
Good to be
fantastic.
here.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, of course.
Let's keep these introductions rolling. Introduce yourselves, names, hometowns, majors, whatever you want. Cool.
Yeah. My name's Elizabeth. I'm a junior at MTSU psychology major. I'm originally from Knoxville, and I came here because I really like the music scene. Music is really the only thing outside of psychology that I do, so it works out nice.
That's great. My name is Austin Evans. I'm from Hendersonville, Tennessee, where Taylor Swift went to high school for a little bit. That's a fun trivia fact, I guess. Anyway, I'm also at MTSU for commercial songwriting. I'm a sophomore. Also here for the music scene. The music scene is great down here. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I am Riley Lindsay. I was born in Georgia, but I associate most with Portland, Tennessee is where I grew up. I'm currently not in college, but I did like 2 semesters, but I'm majoring in life right now.
And I'm Annalie Head. I'm from Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm here at MTSU doing live production, and I came here just because the live music scene, I want to work it, so.
Awesome, yeah. And now I think I already said this. Let's get those introductions rolling. So how did each of you start getting into music or start making music, just on your own before the band?
For me, I started in middle school. It's a fun fact, actually. Riley and I
we go way back.
But back in 6th grade, we made one song with this really terrible 21 Pilots ripoff type song. And it was egregious. But from there, that's kind of when I started producing, making my own music. Of course, it's not great, but we're here now, and I like the music we make now. But that's where I was.
I pretty much grew up doing music. Since I was little, my parents put me in piano lessons. I did concert and marching band in middle and high school. I picked up guitar, I think, in 8th or 9th grade, and I decided for some reason I really wanted to play bass. So I learned bass lines on acoustic guitar, a lot of 21 Pilots, and then I saved up for my first bass, and I started during COVID. So the rest is history.
Yeah, it's pretty similar for me. I grew up around music. My dad was a drummer, did a lot of church stuff, and his side of the family was all very musical. My great-grandparents had a recording studio, so I get a lot of it, from my dad's side. So I started off in middle school band, and then I picked up keys from percussion, and then I did drums, and then when I was 14, I was I'm gonna start playing guitar. So I just kind of gradually picked up all the instruments, but a lot of it was just from being in a very music-focused household and growing up around that kind of vibe.
Similar to that, I just grew up a lot around tons of live music, especially with church. I never really played instruments heavily. I did piano for a couple years, picked up an acoustic guitar in high school, and then I've just being around so many musical people here, I've just had that motivation to pick up different instruments and try out new things.
Awesome, yeah. And so, especially from the right side, I'm hearing a lot of 21 Pilots inspiration. Any other big inspirations for you guys individually?
If you know me at all, my favorite band is a band called Pup, Canadian. I would describe them as indie punk. Yeah, Toronto. But I don't know, I just love their raw lyricism and really catchy melodies. Definitely my biggest musical inspiration. I also like a lot of similar bands. I love Nothing But Thieves, Friday Pilots Club, obviously early 2000s emo, My Chemical Romance, Panic! At the Disco. Were really some of the first things I learned and played with other bands as well. So they always have a special place in my heart.
I'm a huge Backseat Lovers fan.
What?
I literally could not stop talking about them the moment I like actually listened to the album that Killed the Girl, or the album that Killed the Girl is on. But besides that, I also really like Bristol Maroney, Pine Grove, indie rock, indie alternative sort of bands. I grew up with 21 Pilots, so that was kind of my gateway into all of that. But yeah, Backseat Lovers, Pine Grove, Bristol are the top three. Big Thief as well. I'm a huge Big Thief fan. Their new album is really good. But yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, definitely Pine Grove, my favorite band of all time. Got into them recently. I think before then, a lot of my inspirations when I was developing my musical skills was kind of musical theater focused, because I did that in middle school and in high school. So just a lot of the sound when I was playing piano and learning guitar chords was very in that realm of Broadway style instrumental stuff. But in terms of bands and stuff, Pine Grove is definitely where I get a lot of inspiration from.
I grew up on the grunge bands like Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Silverchair, Audioslave, all of those. So very much visual and sound wise, I like to rely on a lot of those grunge techniques. But I'm also huge into 21 Pilots. They're my biggest band right now. So
Awesome, yeah. And so you all, of course, are individuals, but you're also known as the band Auburn.
Wow.
Yay! And so before we get into questions about the band specifically, why don't you guys all say what you guys do in the band?
Yeah.
I play bass. I think I already said maybe once or twice or three times.
Bass.
Yeah, I play rhythm guitar and I'm the lead vocalist for Auburn.
I do lead guitar and then I also do backing vocals. So yeah.
I do creative direction, so it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. That's what I
And Hayden, the drummer, died in a terrible ping accident on the way here.
No. Yes.
It's a real Spinal Tap situation.
Yeah.
I fear Hayden
Jerry Lewis,
just
Buddy Holly type situation.
Hayden just had a shift today. Couldn't make it in, but
Yeah, but
Hayden plays the drums.
He's working
Yes.
so hard.
He's here in our hearts.
Yes.
He should quit his job. So yeah, how'd the band all come together?
Well, it really started back in February 2024. It originally was a solo project that I was working on while I was in my senior year of high school, and Riley and I have been friends for years now. So I asked him. I was like, "Hey, do you want to help me out with drums and some guitar stuff on this song?" And he was absolutely down. So we started making music together, and then slowly but surely it kind of became more of a group project rather than a solo project, because we kind of both were contributing what we were doing. So it started out as a solo project and moved into a band, and since then it's been it's just evolved. We've met a lot of really cool people. Riley's brother Colin, played bass for us for a little bit, and then he went to Michigan for college, and then we talked to Josh Wagner, who released an EP today, by the way.
Ooh, I think we have Josh Wagner's song coming up. Did you
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Josh,
Awesome.
It's such a good EP. But he played bass for us for a little bit, and then we met Josh Bigelow. Josh Bigelow is playing with Skylar Love now. She played here not too long ago. But awesome people, amazing people. We eventually, Josh ended up moving to making his own stuff. Colin came back for a little bit, and then went to back to Michigan. And then we asked Elizabeth to fill in for a show, and then at the end of that show, we were like, "Do you want to be in the band?" She was like, "Yes," immediately. And then also Josh moved to, like I said, Skylar Love's project. Josh Bigelow moved to Skylar Love's project, and we met Hayden, who drummed for Kylan first, and he was super interested in making music with us. And so we had a rehearsal, and both Riley and I were like, this guy's good. This
Yeah.
guy's a really good drummer.
Yeah, when Josh Bigelow like was focusing on other projects and like it wasn't really pragmatic for Josh to stay a part of Auburn, Josh made sure we had a good drummer lined up. So then we played a show. Hayden was there and was like, "I heard you guys looking for a drummer," and it was like, you know, we had that audition day and we were like, "Hey, you got the gig. You are really good."
Yeah, you got
so. But yes.
I also want to like say thank you to Josh Bigelow because without him, I don't think we would have like pushed our production as far as we did. You know, he really helped us like develop the energy that we have on stage and like exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it. You know, definitely was established more when we were with him, and it's cool to see him drumming for Skyly Love now.
Yeah, because she played at like Rock Blue Light last year.
Yeah,
here, I think.
I think that's
So exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome, yeah. And so, where'd the name Auburn come from?
It's kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie, but when I was a senior in high school and I was starting to make music, Auburn was the way that I characterized like the way I felt and thought about music. So I would associate that with like, you know, the like dark red with a little bit of orange, that color, and like that time of fall where like it's a very like, you know, brazen Auburn sort of color. I really associate that with my love, my connection to music. So that was kind of the main inspiration for calling the project Auburn. And then it just stuck whenever we like fully developed as a group. It has absolutely no connection to Auburn University whatsoever. But
What do you mean we're going there?
Yeah.
You're in Auburn University right now.
Oh, really?
WMTS just completely changed without warning, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yay!
Hi.
Hello, Auburn.
We've relocated. No, but we've had people from Auburn University. They came to our EP release show, and I think one of their names was Kim. She was very sweet. She helped Colin, who was playing at that show. His like in-ear pack died mid-show, and she had batteries to replace it. So she really came in clutch there. I won't lie, but yeah.
Good job, Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do love Auburn, but that's not where you get our name from.
And so we talked a lot about inspirations. I'm guessing a lot of that bleeds over into the band as well. Backseat Lovers, Pine Groove. Any other one for the band specifically that you'd like to shout out?
I want to say Goodbye Irish because their new EP that just came out is
So good.
beautiful.
So good.
When I listened to it, I was like, this is Phoebe Bridgers and Big Thief if they had a baby, and it's so good. And like that like fuzzy like guitar distortion sort of thing. That's where I want to like start inching into that. Not like crazy, but just I really like the way that they did that.
Yeah, another one of our close friends that we like to play with a lot, Raven Hinchy, just recently released Lately Baby, and that's
Yeah.
an incredible song.
Yeah, we got Lately Baby coming up in actually right after Josh Wagner.
Oh wow! Hey, look at that.
Playing, yeah.
All of our friends.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, everyone that we work with in Match are like super, you know, inspiring people. Sav, David, everyone that we've played with recently, Caroline, they're all super cool and awesome to know and work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a very, very broad question, but I think it can be fun. What's your favorite part about being in a band just in general?
That's a good question.
So many concerts. I get to go to so many shows and just sit there and take pictures with my friends, and it's so much fun.
I think for me, like especially with this new lineup with Hayden and Elizabeth, it's just the amount of like goofiness and just
sounds.
Dude,
sound effects
Noises.
and
the
just
stimming is insane. It's so fun.
just like we just don't take ourselves too seriously, and it's amazing because we definitely had a period where we were so like locked in, and like we love like the previous lineups we have, but just this new where we're at now and with the people that we have is just like it's so goofy, but in like the best way, and it's awesome.
I never really planned to be really in bands in college. I've had a couple opportunities to be in a few, but I really just like being able to combine ideas with other people because I never really did songwriting before I was in a band, and it's really cool, like even if I don't write a song, to be like, oh, this part sounds cool, and then someone else like, oh, what about this? It just builds off each other, and all of a sudden, you know, you have a full song, and then you have a whole EP, a whole album, and it's just really cool, like, you know, being able to do that kind of thing with a bunch of different people.
I fully agree. I'm also a really big fan of just getting to play on stage with like close friends that also love music, and just like going crazy on stage, you know. I also just think it's a very great place to get away from all the chaos of everything, you know, whether that be like our personal lives or like the conflicts that are happening in the world right now, or, you know, those sorts of things. It's just so much like, it's a breath of fresh air to go in and be like, we're gonna make a banger real quick and then go back to what we were doing, you know. But like,
That's just how the process is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you did that process at least once for your EP Love Lotus, released this year in May.
yeah.
What was the writing process of that like? Was it similar to what you were describing? You just went and made a banger, or was there anything else to it?
I wish. It was a very like, it probably spanned for about a year. Like, we were working on it. It was in pre-production for so long, and Riley and I like really were, I guess, like, making sure like it was going well. You know, it's
Yeah.
a lot of songs and
No.
a lot of different things.
Yeah, I know, like, Reverberate in particular, that song, it felt like pulling teeth to get it to where it is at now. But yeah, it was just a very gradual, like, oh, we've got a song here, let's do that. I don't think the plan was initially to make an EP. We were just like, okay, we're just gonna write songs, and then eventually we had a big enough collection of tunes, and we were like, okay, I think there's like a through line. I think these are similar
Yeah.
enough that we can put them in a project together. But yeah, a lot of it was just, you know, because you were still in school, I was working, so we were just trying to find the time where we could to get together and write and record. And so it was a pretty gradual process, but yeah, very happy with where it ended up.
When we got the final masters, I was overjoyed. It was so cool to see the project that we've worked on for over a year be finally like finished and set for release. Like the night it released, we did like a little live stream and listened to it. It's just, that's such a cool feeling, getting the chance to like showcase your music to somebody. Yeah, I love those songs dearly, and like Riley said, it was a little chaotic, and like we've argued about those songs, like mixing wise and everything, but I mean, that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
We also like, we're always like, all right, let's take 5 and then come back to this.
Yeah,
We need a minute, but
Any other fun little tidbits you want to talk about with the recording process specifically?
we're getting into like, the way that we recorded the EP was like direct input, like into like a mixer in my room. But we're starting to venture into like properly miking our amps and, you know, getting a more like dialing in our guitar tones and, you know, like kind of the sound that we want to present as a unit. I think that's probably like what I'm most excited for, is getting to like it just feels so much more real to me in that way, you know.
Yeah, and I know with Love Lotus, I mean, for the drums, like I wrote all the drum parts, and those were MIDI, like fake drums. So moving forward, we're really excited at the prospect of actually getting live drums recorded. But yeah, a lot of it was like, it was a very homemade record, like in a bedroom, you know, writing and recording into like GarageBand and Logic. So
Go
yeah.
back and forth. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so now you guys are working on new music. Has the writing recording process been similar to Love Lotus so far, and incorporating any new vibes into it? What do you think?
Sort of. We haven't really had the chance to all get in a room together and like properly write a song, besides like one real time recently.
Yeah.
But overall, it's just been kind of ideas that we've had, or like songs that have already been fleshed out that we're like, okay, like we want to start, you know, pushing this for release or whatever. But I think going into December and winter break, I think we're really going to lock in on it and try to get some new material out, because we have so many ideas and so many things that we're playing with, and it's all super exciting.
You got a lot of free time over winter, I would
Exactly.
assume. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I know like a big part of this moving forward was like so much of Love Lotus was just like Austin and I sitting down and writing, and so much of what we're trying to do for this next project is like getting like Hayden and Elizabeth's input and trying to like really foster like everybody's ideas and
Yeah.
just really trying to be super collaborative on that front. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we are going a little bit ahead of schedule, which means we get to do something that hold on, there we go, that I love to do when we're going ahead of schedule. I like to call them miscellaneous questions. Yay!
Yay!
So some will choose a number 1 through 25, and I just have like this long list of questions.
That's cool. I like that.
Love it.
That we can do until the 30-minute break. So, yeah.
I'll
Any
start.
number 1 through 25? Anyone?
I'm feeling 13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a fun one. Weirdest song or weirdest inspiration for a song so far?
Interesting.
I'll like pass street signs and be like, that would be a good song title. Like there was a road next to my high school called Morningside Drive, and I was like, that makes
That
it
would be
light
a
a
good
day
song,
somewhere. Like,
Honestly, real. I have a note called titles of something or other that I see. It's just like words that I find that are like, I want to write a song about that.
I had something like that too. It is pages and pages.
Mhm.
None of them will ever be turned into anything. But it's fun to
I mean,
have.
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
no, that's how I am with like I'll hear someone say something and I'm like band name called it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
like, yes, it's the name of a band now.
Oh man, yeah. I other than that though, I don't really know that I've had anything that's like super weird. All of it really comes from just like emotional experiences and that sort of thing.
Yeah. As for like the creative side and like shaping how Auburn looks, I'll be driving sometimes and I'm like, wow, this forest I'm driving through really looks like clovers. Like stuff like that, where it's just like stuff I see, I'm like, I want to implement how this looks into it.
Yeah.
And it's anything from like how the inside of a venue looks to like my drives or like
The
those
leaves are
places.
orange.
That's the greatest advice for any musician is go outside.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Oh my gosh, just taking like 10 minutes to go outside
Yeah.
and be like, breathe, look at what's around you. Very grounding. Very grounding.
All right. Yeah, I've got nothing else for that one. 1 through 25.
Your turn. All right. Let's do 22.
22. How do you prepare for a recording session?
Usually we have like a song structured out, and we kind of know what we want to do with it, and then we'll go in and be like, all right, let's lock in, let's try to record all this, and then of course if changes happen along the way, that does happen, but usually we like to get it into a spot that it's like, it could be a song itself, you know, we could play it on stage, and then I think that's probably the best point for us to be like, all right, let's get to tracking, you know.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like super duper professional, like in a studio recording, we haven't done a ton of that. But yeah, our process whenever it comes to like actually setting any sort of like project in stone recording wise, is, yeah, just to make sure we have the structure down and so we can get in and just make it happen. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else to add? Okay.
Sick. Cool. Yeah. 1 through 25.
hey Siri, pick a number 1 through 25.
What you do?
Let's see.
Must have think about it.
She's thinking. Okay, 5.
5. Why MTSU? Why here? We kind of touched on this earlier, but why?
That's a great question for me as the
great
one of the whole lineup that doesn't go to this school.
Go on, man.
I am here just because like it's where all my friends are. But I do plan on ending up here in a month. Me and Austin are getting a place together.
Yeah.
But yes, it's just I'm here because it's where my people are. So
For me, I knew about the music scene when I was in high school. I knew about Match Records, and I like followed them, and I thought it was so cool that there was a student-run record label on campus. So when I got here, I was like, this is what, like, I need to integrate myself with these people, like, and everyone has been so nice and like supportive and everything. It's really, really validating. But I think the music scene was the biggest thing for me, and their commercial songwriting program for like, you know, education and such.
I get this question a lot because I'm a campus tour guide as well, and I'm also from Knoxville, so a lot of people ask, why not the Orange School? I like being a little further away from home. It was a really hard choice for me because it was whether or not I stay home or go, you know, elsewhere because I hadn't lived away before. But I do really like the music scene. For me with psychology, it's really like both, like every school in Tennessee has a good program for that, and I really care about, you know, being involved in music because outside of school it's really the only thing I do. Like, if I'm not in class, I'm probably practicing or playing a gig or something, and I probably wouldn't have that same experience at a lot of other universities.
For sure, yeah. Whenever I was like picking out all my options, because Clarksville, there's Austin P, Knoxville was one of the choices as well, and then MTSU. Each of those schools, like Knoxville focuses more on sports broadcasting, and then Austin P very heavily in radio broadcasting. So I was like, well, MTSU one is one of the schools, like one of the few schools with a really big, like, okay, you're gonna learn how to produce concerts specifically. And then also the music scene was huge for playing a part in that decision.
Yeah, awesome. We got time for one more before the 30-minute break. So yeah, 1 through 25.
Let's do 7.
7. Oh, okay. That's,
I
sorry.
saw that. I saw that.
I saw it in your eyes.
This one. Wait, was it a 6 or 7? Oh.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
6, 7.
I looked
Okay,
at
you gotta
Elizabeth.
get out.
I looked at
It's been good.
Elizabeth.
Thanks for having us.
It's been real.
This one's more for solo artists, but I'll go ahead and ask. You prefer playing alone or with a backing band, and why? I would assume because you all are primarily a band.
Yeah, I always prefer playing with a band just because it's so much more like intimate, and you get to my main reason for performing is going crazy on stage with my friends. You know what I mean? Like I love being on stage with people that are just as committed and just as like dedicated to music and the process and everything. So yeah, definitely I prefer a band for sure. Also, like for ideas too, you get a whole array of ideas rather than just your own. But yeah.
I mean, there is a time and a place for like these one-off like solo acoustic gigs because you've done a number
Yeah,
of those.
yeah.
So, like it has its space, and those are always fun to try to reimagine these songs that are usually with like a 4-piece band as like, oh, it's just me on guitar or you on guitar. So that's always fun to get to do that. But yes, these songs definitely shine the best with our full lineup. So.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
So now we're going to go to a 30-minute break, but first, the last minute or so of I'll Wait by PDUSA. Hope to see you back right after this. Yay!
Yesterday, I rearranged my bedroom and I found space that you left behind. In its place, a silence sits unbroken upon my face. Desolation rests.
Welcome back. LUVOL on air, WMTS 88.3 Murfreesboro. Now that all of that's out of the way, if you're just now tuning in, I am here with the amazing band, in my opinion, Auburn.
Yay.
Hey.
Hello.
I was about to say hello again, everyone, but you guys already did it for me, so that's great. This second half is going to be focusing more on live shows, stuff like that, and there's some pretty exciting stuff going on with you guys in live shows coming up. We'll get to that.
Yes.
We'll get to that. First, like, how'd you guys start booking shows, and like, what were those early shows as Auburn like?
Man. Okay, so our first show, I used to work at Barnes & Noble in Hendersonville, and my coworker Dylan was in a band, and he worked at a record store called Vinyl Tap. And I went with my girlfriend to like one of his shows, and I talked to him because Auburn was starting to like pick up. So I was like, man, we should try to get a show here, and he helped us book that show. So from then we were like, okay, now we're like a band. We're like actually going. So we just started like trying to reach out to people and venues and such. So we played, second show was at Strawberry Basement, and then we played The End for our third show.
Which is a crazy escalation.
Yeah.
It was
absolutely.
literally like a tiny record store. Well, I mean, it's a pretty popular record store, but that show was very intimate, like friends and family. And then Strawberry was like
It was
in the middle of nowhere. House show,
basement.
and then we have The End in Nashville.
Yeah.
It's just like, how did you
Dive bar
get that
shop.
gig?
I just emailed the booking, like, it's on their website. I just emailed Bruce, and he was like, hey, we'll make it happen.
That's
That's
awesome.
so cool.
Yeah,
and that
he's-
was so cool because that was the first like MTSU show. So we had so many friends from
Yeah.
school show up to that, and everyone just lost their mind. And
Yeah,
it was so much fun.
The turnout was so cool, and like we as a band were like that was our first like proper headline, and we were like that was crazy.
I think in terms of like what those early shows were like the biggest difference was that we were a three-piece and I was on drums. And then when Colin, my brother, was still in town, he played bass, and then we got Josh Wagner on bass. But yeah, biggest difference is there was no lead guitar for a long time. So, which like we made it work, and we definitely got good crowds and had really fun shows. But a big thing of like what is enjoyable now is having a four-piece and actually getting to hear the lead parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very like three-piece band vibes.
Paramore
but,
type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
A young, scrappy upstart.
Yes.
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 No,
Exactly. Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. As most do.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a favorite or most memorable show so far?
Man, there's been a couple. The second time that we played Are You a Match here was probably one of our biggest turnouts, just because we had done Are You a Match before when we were three-piece, and like we didn't win, and we was like that. Yeah, that's fine. And then we were like, okay, let's do it again. So we did it again, and the amount of growth that that happened between those two shows, like we went from a three-piece to a four-piece, and there were so many people there that were rooting for us, and like when they announced that we got signed, it was like an eruption of like we were out in the like crowd next to the bar area, and it like I will never forget the amount of sound that hit me in like that moment. It was crazy.
It's like half the crowd was in maroon shirts.
Yeah.
And like singing and all in the front, and I was like, this is wild.
People were singing, like it was
Yeah.
such a like crazy sort of show. So that's the one that I'll never forget for sure. But
Yeah. I think in terms of like recent shows we've done, we did like a Battle of the Bands show not too long ago.
Yeah.
And that was a blast. Like, it was so much fun. Just like such high energy, and also like the sound that they managed to get set up was like so really good quality.
We felt like so good after we finished our
That was-
set. We were like, that was one of the coolest sets we've
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
You're still new. So
Right,
we got a couple
yeah,
shows,
no,
but
I'm
which
trying
one's
to
been your
think.
favorite?
Yeah, definitely the Battle of the Bands was really, really cool. It was cool doing that. It's the first time I think I played on campus. So that was, that was cool. Blue House was also a lot of fun.
Blue House
Yeah,
was
it was a
really
really
Yeah,
fun show.
yeah. Some of our friends have a house venue called Blue House, and we got to play there. I think my second show with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's also where I played my very first show being in a band, so it was cool. Come full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
One that was really cool that was farther back was we opened for Cardinal Bloom
Yeah.
at Eastside Bowl at the 58 stage, and that was
That's-
like booking that show was a shot in the dark where I was like, oh, Spotify just sent me an email that like they're on tour, we should see if they need an opener. And then we got us and our friends in Saturday night
late night
Late night television.
late night television. And we were the second band in that lineup for Cardinal Bloom, and they're a really
Holy
big
cow.
indie
Yeah.
band from Utah.
They're awesome. They're super nice.
So that was like for me being in the crowd and like working behind the scenes. That was a shot in the dark that ended up really cool.
Yeah, that is the other show I was thinking about. Just like I don't know, getting the opportunity to perform with a band like Cardinal Bloom is like I don't know, it was so awesome. It was so
Yeah.
awesome.
We have a note of other bands we plan to reach out
Yes,
to as well
we-
when they
we
start
have a-
touring. It's
we have
very
a-
long.
We have a note. We're like, all right, we like these artists. If they ever start a tour, we're immediately emailing management. Like,
I mean, hey, They Might Be Giants playing downtown tonight. You could just walk up to
Oh,
the front
yeah.
door and be like,
Really?
hey guys,
Hey, an opener.
if you want.
Yeah.
Hey, your opener's tour bus collapsed. We open for you
We
tonight.
conveniently came here.
I'm
We
afraid of
slashed their
Johns,
tires,
Yeah.
so we're gonna open for you now.
You know John.
You know John. You don't know John?
John Giant.
John Giant.
Yeah, so like what's like your favorite part about playing live?
I think I've said this before, but I love like going crazy on stage and just putting so much energy and passion into performing, because like my favorite bands do that, and I think it's such a like amazing way to express yourself emotionally on stage. So that's why I really enjoy. I think that's my biggest thing for like live shows is like going crazy for people that want to listen. You know.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I can agree. Like I just like really feeling the music in a genuine way for other people to see and hopefully be like a vessel for that as well. Something that I didn't really realize that I love about playing live is dressing up. I love playing dress up before I play shows. And because I feel like you don't really get a lot of opportunities for that in college. So I'm like, oh, I have an excuse to really put effort into what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Like I love taking pictures and everything.
That is like my first thought when we book a show. I'm like, what am I wearing to this gig?
Yeah.
You get a
And I
class of pajamas, you show up the shows like full suits and ties.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
what David Vandelay did at Are You a Match? Like his whole band was in suits and ties. It was so cool.
And it's so much fun with like the crowd will also dress up and the crowd like will match our energy and that's so much fun.
Because you were
to see.
saying like at that last Are You a Match thing, they were like all in like those.
Yeah, like
dark red-
everyone
yeah.
was wearing the maroon Auburn shirts or like had a maroon themed outfit, it was like that's like people had their makeup like Auburn makeup, like had fox
There
or
were at
deer
least
makeup.
there were at least 5 maroons. You could call them the
Oh my
Maroon
gosh.
Five.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness. Wow.
That means the Maroon 5 and Auburn collaboration's coming soon.
Adam Levine will
Adam
be
Levine
with
is
us.
on the line right now.
Is he on the note of
Yes,
people that
he
you guys-
is.
Yes, yes. I think my favorite part about playing live is definitely like the stage presence and interacting with everyone and being goofy, but also like in particular there are some songs on our set that we change for the way we do them live. Like Reverberate has a different bridge, and like we do some things with Lotus, and those are things you only get to experience at the live shows because they're not immortalized on the record. So that is always a treat.
I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, just giving a little spice. Yeah.
And so I guess that kind of that in a way answers this question too. Is like what do you guys think makes you stand out as live performers? The Middle Tennessee and Murfreesboro music scene. A lot of people.
Yeah.
All great.
Yeah.
What makes you guys stand out amongst all those others?
I really think about like our stage presence and our energy. We've heard from a number of people. We played a show last night at Hop Springs with the Match Record Showcase, and Hayden's like one of his friends from high school said that he sent us a text that night, and he was like, my high school friend said that we have an energy that like is like that everyone else doesn't like have, you know what I mean? And I don't mean to say that like, oh, all these other bands suck.
Of course
like
not,
everyone
no,
is
yeah.
amazing. I just think like I think that we put on a really strong show, and like when we perform it, like you remember it, you know what I mean? That's at least that's what I tell myself.
Oh, you're good. I mean, Hayden joining the band, like a big part of Hayden deciding like that he wanted to work with us was like we played a show at the end, and Hayden was like, the energy here is just like so much. It's so different from anything I've been a part of or seen. So like there is definitely some substance to the idea or the notion that we present ourselves very like in a very specific way, and we really just try to go all out at our live shows. So.
The show. You have any?
No, I second what Austin and Riley said.
Awesome, yeah. You guys have any advice for other bands or artists looking to play live and book shows?
Jack White just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he said like just like get off the screens and get obsessed with making music, because truly that is the best way. Just making songs and creating stuff from the heart, not for anybody else but you, I think is the best way to go about starting to create music and wanting to share it with people and that sort of thing. That's kind of been the big thing for for us when we were writing the EP and making everything, we were like, this body of work represents us as individuals. We don't want it to be written for other people. You know what I mean? And of course, like, we want other people to resonate, and it would be great if you like listen to it and you agree, or like you resonate with it to some degree. But it's really like just a projection of like, you know, what we have experienced and like how to cope with that and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think particularly for like live shows, like it's a very like super specific microscopic view, but like if you're gonna play a live show in front of people, you do have to be aware of your stage presence. So like if you haven't, like, practice in a mirror, like take your guitar into the bathroom,
Yeah,
and
that-
play through your songs and see what you look like when you do it.
That actually did help me a lot whenever there was a mirror in my room when we were writing the EP, but it wasn't like in a place where I could just like look and, you know, but when I moved to college, I could. So I was like, I really want to lock in and like be sure I don't look stupid when I'm playing, you know, but
Yeah. As far as booking goes, I mean, I said this regarding the Cardinal Bloom show, but like take every shot you can. Like, do send every message, send every email, even if it doesn't get booked. At least your name's out there, and that helps in the long run a lot.
And honestly, you can get a lot of stuff from just reaching out to people.
Yeah, it's like you'd be surprised like how many opportunities come just because you're the only one that asks, because people like are afraid and they're like, oh, surely if I just like ask for it, like nothing's gonna happen. But then if everybody applies that mindset, nobody's reaching out. And then when you're the one person that's like, this is a shot in the dark, but can we make this happen? It's like, that's like the kind of stuff that people see and they're like, oh yeah, like that's really cool, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do that. So literally just
do it.
just reaching out and asking. Like, it's always a shot in the dark, but the worst that can happen is that like nothing happens. And,
Surprise
hey,
you got Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. Guest appearance.
Shy surprise.
Oh wow. Dude, that's such like, that was like a memory that came out of nowhere. Like the moment I said that phrase, I was like, I can see the green screen in my head. Like, just do it.
You guys kind of stole my answer with like definitely reaching out to people. I think it's also really good to go to other shows because like I've booked gigs with people just by going to a show and being like, hey, I'm in a band, we should play sometime, and then they reach out. Also just being supportive makes a difference. Like just showing up to shows, just talking to people, show that you're interested. Like, I mean, you love music, so I feel like you'd assume, you know, you'd want to do that with other people as well. So
Yeah.
Networking.
Yeah.
yes,
Networking,
that is
being
the
a
word.
part of the scene
Big.
and talking to people.
Yeah.
That is 100%. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And so, as I mentioned earlier, you guys got some really exciting live shows coming up. You're opening for Colts
Yes.
for the MTS. It's the MTSU Winter Concert, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Presented by Spare, right? Yeah. On the 17th, which is
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
And then I think the day after,
Yes.
you're playing a short set at the RU Match
Yes.
Match Records thing,
Yes.
which is Tuesday. How'd you guys get involved with Match? We'll leave Colts for just a
Yeah.
little bit later. We
We'll
got
get
to titillate the viewers. a bit.
Like I said earlier, I think when I came to MTSU, I knew about Match, and I wanted to get involved just because that was the one avenue I knew I could get integrated with the music scene and people that were, you know, kind of in that same vein. So I submitted with Auburn, and I put our name out there, and then we started playing shows. We had people from Murfreesboro coming. So Match Records has kind of like been where like the origin of like where we wanted to go, and then now we're working with a lot of people in Match and more friends with people even outside of Match too. Like we've met so many amazing people coming to MTSU that I don't think we would have met otherwise. A little bit off there, but
Yeah, and Match is great because everyone that works in it is students, and like everyone wants to learn how to do their part in like in the recording industry. So like the connections both in and outside of Match, and then like now people in Nashville are like recognizing Match because we've done some shows out there. It's all been great for being both in and out of the band, learning how to do those separate things like creative design and booking and planning live events out and scheduling and social media, all of that. So
it's also really cool to get a bunch of people that want to do that stuff in one room together.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's just ideas left and right. Like it is so collaborative. It's super cool. Yeah.
That's, if I could plug the radio a little bit, that's one of
Yeah.
my favorite things about the radio is
Yeah,
that like you
absolutely.
just have like a bunch of people in one place who like want to do this one really cool creative thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same with like MT songwriters, same with Match.
Yeah,
It's
ODP,
ODP,
yeah.
Society of Electronic Music, other clubs I'm forgetting. But
Yeah. Or like all of the mixers that happen around here too, with
Mhm.
just like the recording industry.
It can be a crazy energy sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Colts, how'd that happen?
So we know Gavin Pine, who is the he's
I know Gavin Pine.
the head of Spare. We met him like a while ago, and we saw that Sav, one of our friends who is also in Match, she got the chance to open for Del Watergap last year, and I was like that's crazy. Like, how'd you get that show? And so I heard that Gavin was the head of Spare, so I just shot him a text and I was like, hey, I know you guys are planning the winter show. If you are looking for a rock-based opener, let us know. We'd love to do it. And then he reached back out and he was like, we would love to have you on. I can't tell you who it is yet, but it's going to be really exciting. And then we heard through the grapevine that it was Colts, and I was like, I'm going to lose my mind. I listened to them when I was in high school, and so it's just like crazy that we're able to open for
Yeah.
them. It's insane. But yeah, that show is on Monday. If you want to come, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Awesome. If we have nothing else to say about Colts, then we can go back to some missed questions.
Yeah.
Miscellaneous
Here we go.
questions.
Usually I would note down all the ones that we did. I forget to do that.
That's
So I will hopefully just remember that the ones we already did.
It's okay.
I think we had done all 4, so we're circling
Yeah,
back to
it's you.
Elizabeth, right?
It's you
Yeah.
again.
1 through 25.
20.
20. Favorite lyric you've written.
This doesn't apply to me.
You have really good ideas for songs, though.
Okay.
I guess you
Favorite idea for a song.
Yeah, you can
do that.
Anything.
Yeah, me and Austin met up a couple weeks ago to write a song about my dog, who my mom's listening right now, about our dog that passed away about a month ago.
Oh.
And so yeah, it's pretty metaphorical. So yeah, that's really what I'm focused on right now. Is I love using metaphors for things that can you can kind of tell what it's about, but also be ambiguous for other people. One of my favorite songs is "Sleep in the Heat" by Pup, which is pretty explicitly about the writer's animal, about their pet. So yeah, just I don't know. I really like music about things that people care about, but can have different meanings to other people.
Yeah. I think my favorite lyric that I've written recently is one from a new song, and I'm like trying to figure out if I should say it or not, just because I don't know. I don't know.
I err on preserving some mystery.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's you'll hear it eventually.
We have a
So, the lyric is the flowers that you gave to me have been dead for near a week, and I'm ashamed to have let them die, but I don't want to watch you cry. I wrote that little stanza, and I was like, this is I feel really good about this.
That's sick, yeah. That was a LUVOL on air exclusive, everyone.
Yeah.
You can only get it here.
Write it down. Write it down.
Write it down. Find the melody. Leak it.
No,
if you
no.
want. If you want. If you want.
Secure the copyright before Auburn does.
If you want. Yeah, this is just a setup to watch you guys slowly fall and implode. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got
Sorry.
to Hayden first.
Bro,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
Those penguins, I put them there. Yeah.
No, oh man. What about you?
Yeah, I think for me it's probably that first verse of Lotus, because Austin sent me the chord progression and what the song was going to be about, and so I just sat down and was just I had the idea in mind, and that same night I just wrote that first verse. So yeah,
I curl beside
I
your
curl
empty
beside
bed.
your empty bed, bathed in black and detriment. The night slips in over my head with autumn-scented sentiment. And just that stuff. I'm really proud of that
Yeah.
work.
I remember reading that for the first time, and I was like, I literally couldn't have said it better. Because everything that I told Riley about that, what the song is about, and the things that happened after this event happened, I like explained that to him like with detail, and he hit every single like point there. And like we even go further in like later bits of the song.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I heard that first little stanza, I was like, this is exactly what this needs, and I'm very, very grateful for that. It was awesome.
Awesome, yeah. On that note, unfortunately, we're coming to the end of the show.
Oh man.
So I got some in questions
Yeah.
that I gotta ask. Any other upcoming shows besides Colts and Match?
I think we want to do one more show out in Knoxville in December at some point. We're still like figuring that out, so we aren't sure really what that looks like yet, but
Elizabeth's been the one trying to get that show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
together.
alma
She's been
mater,
spearheading
alma mater
that.
show.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to play with my friend from high school in a band called Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Yay.
So they're really cool. Shout out Asia.
Yeah.
But, yeah, hopefully get another band on that bill. I really want to play another hometown show.
Yeah.
So
But that'll probably be, if we get that show, that might be the last one for the year.
Be our little holiday show, I guess.
Anything you guys like to say to the listeners?
Thank you for listening to us yap for an hour. I always, every time we do an interview, I'm like, I'm so sorry, we're just yapping. Like
Yeah.
we're just talking.
No, that's the
It's
entire
an
point, man.
interview,
Go off.
so-
Yeah, I know.
Professional yapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the points, support your friends, shoot your shot anytime you can, and support the arts because it's
Yep.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
And just like tell your friends and family that you love them. I think like I don't want to get too like super deep or whatever. I just like think that the world is pretty chaotic right now, in a lot of ways. And what I've been telling myself and the people that I love is that we really need to hold on to creativity and community, just because those are the two things that we can always rely on whenever things are uncertain. So yeah, I think that was a good place to close that there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anything else?
hey mom, thank you for listening.
Hi,
shout
Mom.
out, shout
Hello,
out my
Mom.
parents for being supportive.
You've never met me before, but I met you.
Hello.
Stay real, stay cool. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Keep it groovy.
Anyone not mentioned yet you like to shout out?
Josh Wagner, his EP is amazing. Goodbye Irish EP is incredible. Raven released a song recently that's great. Sav also released a song that's great. A lot of people releasing music right now in Murfreesboro, and they're all amazing, and we love them together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, all of our friends, Caroline Bowling, Boozy, Poorly Drawn, Hollow Spiral,
Yeah.
all of those people
Mhm.
that we played with for Battle of the Bands.
You guys are awesome.
So many friends we love playing with. Go support all of them.
Oh, this is crazy. Shani and the Eastmen, we've played with Shani and the Eastmen, like, we've known about them since before we started playing shows. They are, like, we're super cool with them just because we've known them for the entire time.
Yeah,
we've
no,
played.
they've seen us grow. We've
Yeah,
played some of our
they're
earliest shows with
awesome.
them,
So they're also releasing music. So Shani and the Eastmen, they're really
just
good.
if we've ever been on a bill, anyone we've ever been on a bill with, go check them out.
We love
Yeah.
you.
We play with some very, very cool people.
Yeah, yeah,
Awesome, yeah. And so, finally, Instagram, Spotify, where can people find you guys?
yeah. Spotify, Auburn. You may have to look up like Auburn and our like a song title or something because Auburn University will come up. But if you look us up on Instagram, auburn.is.real is our handle, and it's some variation of that on other platforms as well. We don't have Twitter or X or whatever, just because
Yeah, we've got Instagram, TikTok.
we got a Facebook.
SoundCloud, Facebook.
Follow us on Facebook.
Facebook if
Speaking
you
right,
want, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
check us out.
Sick. Trying to
If
plug
you want.
myself.
If you want.
Yeah,
If you want.
If
to
you-
follow
if
us
you-
on
if you like.
Facebook. If you would like to
Uh,
follow, you do not have to follow us.
I have been James. This has been LUVOL on Air. In the case that you want to re-listen to this or you missed it, I have a YouTube channel where this will be uploaded. It's just called LUVOL, all caps. I have an Instagram, LUVOL, LUVOL_music. I like to talk fast.
it's okay.
That's pretty much all I have, I think. We have about 20 more seconds of Need To by Pine Groove left before we go into Thanks for Coming by Yarda Asmar and the sign off of the show. And then we got Mommy Issues up next. I hope you all tune in if you would like. It should be a fun show. Thank you, everyone, for coming today.
Of
Thank you,
course.
Auburn.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us.
Yeah, and with that, Goodbye.
Remember to say
thank you for
thank you.
coming.
Bye. Bye.